Welcome to the Dixie Doggers podcast. We're here to share knowledge and heritage. We hope y'all enjoy. Southern Cross. It's the best cut gear in the business. We run it on our dogs. Hit up Dave Williams at Southern Cross Cut Gear. Go to www.hogdoggear.com. If you're looking for Brahma and Brahma Cross cattle, Marc Rankin with the Rankin Ranch 38 Cattle Company, he specializes in them. He is the man for the job. He's based out of Oglethorpe County, Georgia, and you can contact him at 407-832-2077.
If you're buying or selling land, farms, or hunting property, these folks know land. Phil Wilson with UC Hunting Properties, 678-791-3483. We good.
All right, everybody, here we go. Let's do it again. We got my buddy Charlie Watkins with us tonight. Dixie Doggers podcast coming to you again. We talked with Charlie a while back, and we just decided we was going to catch back up with him, see what all been going on. As we do with some of our other guests, we have some guests that we'll touch back in and see what's happening and see how everything's been going. And so Charlie, what's been happening, man?
Not much, buddy. Just working and hunting a little bit, losing some sleep. You know about that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Damn sure do.
Stretching it thin.
Yeah, that's all you can do when you do what the kind of stuff that we do. You just got to get used to staying up a lot.
Yeah, it definitely catches up to you though.
Oh yeah. So y'all been catching some good ones?
Yeah, for the most part, I've been once or twice. Ain't really did nothing but here this last weekend. I think caught 4, really 3.5, but
Yeah.
dogs caught him. He shook off of him before we got there, but that's what happens when you running a rough dog with not so rough dogs.
Mm-hmm. Happen every time. Y'all got a lot of them running hogs down there. So how do you deal with the running hogs? Because I mean, there's I get asked that a lot, and going from place to place. It seems like there's several people that deal with it differently. Some people just keep packing to them. Some people will throw something rough on them, and some people just run them till they just can't run no more. So tell us what you do to kind of get that shit under control.
All right. Well, first off, I mean, it just depends what time. If I'm going in the daytime, I'm more than likely going to have more hounds than I do my cur dogs, but I'll have a few cur dogs that'll, if I got them, like I told you, when they jump in my club, they're going pretty much straight to the boundary. They're not going to waste time running in circles, and they kind of run like a deer, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if it's like that during the daytime, more than most of the time, I'll just meet them at the road with something that's going to make him stop right there, or something that if he crosses where I don't, really want to, I might have a little bit of land on the other side of the road. I'll put something silent behind him that'll sneak up on him pretty fast. But at nighttime, I got a bunch of rough cur dogs, man. And I hear a lot of people talk about it. When I say rough, I mean like there ain't gonna be the barking is gonna be from them fighting.
Yeah, they're gonna catch.
Yeah.
That's my rough. Same thing.
Now, when you split them up, I got one. He's gonna try every single hog. He don't have the weight to him. He's tall and slender. He's a Catahoula blackmouth, and he don't care nothing about his life apparently.
Yep.
And he's gonna try everything. But my lab, she's gonna try it. If she's by herself, she'll try him, and then she'll sit back and bay. But that's probably one of the baddest cur dogs that I'll probably ever have. That black lab, she don't bullshit.
Yeah.
But when they're all together, you can pretty much wrap that up. I mean, they're not gonna go. I haven't really had one go over 600 yards when they're all together. If they're by themselves, he might make it, 0.6, 0.7, but not too much further than that. And a lot of the times, hell, it's 100 yards off the road, 50 yards off the road.
So they hitting the brakes real quick.
Yeah, and I can't, not every single one, but for the majority,
Yeah.
they're going.
Well, I know,
They
like
gonna
I
do
said,
that.
there's different ways people do it, and to me, it was like once we started dealing with a bunch of the running hogs here, man, we had to shut them down quick because smaller properties and stuff like that. Of course, everybody's got to
Yeah,
deal with some stuff.
I feel
But-
like that's the biggest factor is the
Yeah.
property size.
But like as far as like putting up numbers and stuff, man, them rough dogs, they just get it done. But you got to deal with the aftermath,
yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, and I tell a lot. I was just talking to my cousin earlier. He's like, I can't hardly, hunt, a whole lot because everything I get on my dogs catch it and then they're messed up, and I honestly don't really deal with that a whole lot.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm not saying they're the baddest. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on in the woods. I just know that they're all on the same time. They're not trying to catch him. They are catching him.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say that's the difference because like we've had people come with us and brought their dogs and they're like, man, this dog's rough, and that dude to get cut all to pieces. And our dogs, they ain't got a lick on them. They fine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I think that's where it comes into the part of the definition of rough, because my when I say, boy, I got some rough dogs. I mean like these, they're going to catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There might be one or two of them in the whole pack that'll base something that's real, real bad.
Yeah.
And chances are, they're going to try him anyway, no matter what.
Yeah.
But I think you're definitely onto something there when you have a pack of dogs that are catching,
Yeah.
that they're dedicated to it.
Yeah, they're not in there half stepping. They're not,
That's right.
in and out. They're not in and out. They're fully in. And I'm honestly, I love a bay dog, but
Oh yeah.
this is just what's fell into my hands from pups I've raised and failed cow dogs that caught every cow. I got them. They ain't never seen a hog before. I take them a few times, and now they're doing the same thing. And you know what I mean? But and they're not necessarily hot nosed dogs. I mean, I can put them on tracks and stuff like that. They got a few hours to them, but mostly when I go hunting, I mean, it's within right then or they're 300 yards. They win them off in there and go find them and stuff like that. But
Yeah. So are y'all dealing with a lot of water down there right now?
My club is actually dry.
Pretty
I mean,
dry.
there's the water pockets and stuff. I mean, it's wet, but no, it is definitely it's bone dry out there.
Yeah. I hadn't talked to Cody much past few weeks. I think this past weekend, him and Carter and them, they went. Looked like they had a pretty good weekend.
Oh yeah, they caught a few of them for sure.
Yeah,
I think.
We're supposed to try to get something together and go down and visit with Cody, and we of course try to get it all set up where we can come do like maybe spend 3 or 4 days. We can come by and make a hunt with you.
Yeah,
and,
hell,
I'm
right there. I ain't far.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all in the same area, and then there's one or two other guys. I've told us like we're going to try to make like a little loop, where we can.
Yeah.
I don't know how it'll work. All we can do is try.
Yeah, that's it.
That
is it.
The part that comes with doing all this, man, we've got to meet so many people, and I mean, damn good people. I mean, some of the best folks I've ever met, and it's so hard to go hang out with everybody. Man, it's tough.
We'll be back after a quick break.
A quick thanks to supporters of the Dixie Doggers podcast: Southern Cross Cut Gear, UC Hunting Properties, Rankin Ranch 38 Cattle Company, Animal Housing Solutions, Boars N Broads, Ada Y Transport, Crockett Taxidermy and Processing.
I understand that. Trust them.
Just ain't enough damn hours in the day sometimes.
No.
We do have a good hunt coming up. I think it's going to be phenomenal.
No.
Kind of a once in a be a once in a blue moon kind of deal. It's a South Texas hunt with a guy we know, and he's doing some eradication down there. Oh yeah. He said we need to knock out, a minimum of 300 head that weekend. I said, what?
God.
300? I said, man, I don't kill that many all year. He said, well, you're going to have to kill them this week. I said, oh, shit. Well, I mean, those guys are literally knocking out 20 to 50 a day. Every time they turn.
How?
It's nonstop. It's ridiculous. He said if his dog goes more than 200 yards and ain't found a hog, then there's something wrong.
Yeah, I'm so curious to see how our dogs will do.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're going to flourish. I don't think ours are going.
I think ours are going to crap out. They've never smelt that many hogs.
I think Louis going to go crazy.
Yeah, that's something. Should probably be in the middle of the road just running around.
Yeah, I really have it's harder for me or for my dogs to deal with a group of hogs than a singular hog. I mean,
I agree.
Yeah. They'll sit there. They'll 100% look retarded when it's multiple hogs because they're getting hung up and smelling everything. And
I agree. Ours do a lot of the same stuff. But if it's one hog, generally they straighten him out and they can run the piss out of him.
Yep.
So you run like you was talking about with the cur dog side of it. What about on the hound side? What all you got? What kind of hounds you got?
I got I got one. I don't know. I got a plot. I got a plot bitch. I got a male. Well, I did have 2 male walker dogs, running walkers, but one just died on me not long ago. I got another running walker bitch. I got a plot red tick cross, and I think that's about it. I got a running walker Weimar. What are they? Weimaraners or whatever?
Yeah, Weimaraner. Yeah.
Yeah, I got one of them. And then I run my little Catahoula GSP with them because she barks every breath. So, but yeah, I like them running walkers. I like my little. If it's a treeing stock, I like small dogs. I don't like real big dogs. My one male walker, he's a real big bone dog, but he can fly, so he's all right with me.
Yeah, I was thinking to say being able to move and have that speed.
Yeah, just being able to push it.
That's what's going to stop them. With the barking on track.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know a lot of guys. I know some guys that they're like, man, it don't make no difference whether they bark or not. And I'll be honest with you, it might not make a difference whether you determine whether you catch it or not, but it's going to determine how fast you catch that some gun.
Yeah, I can prove that to them right now.
Yeah, like we run some dogs now that are a couple of them's open pretty good, and they'll get him stopped. You know what I mean? Like they'll get him stopped, and a lot of times it's pretty quick. But when he breaks, if they don't get him held up that first time, or if we can't get there in time, and he fucks around and breaks, it's on. It's a race, And used to what I would do is like instead of like packing dogs into him, packing more dogs, I would be like you're talking about. I'd be sitting up there in the road or get somewhere. I'd put something rough on him.
Oh yeah,
and go ahead and shut it down. Of course, you got to really pick and choose your battles on that. You can get in a bind.
Oh yeah, that's fun to me though. I like waiting on them at the road, especially when they think they're gonna get away, and then I got one more surprise for them.
We
got that ass.
Well, a lot of places we hunted in the past, they just didn't have the road system.
No,
it's tough.
That's usually the biggest issue.
Now we got a few places we can get around on them, and that, like you said, that's that ass.
Yeah, fuck them up.
Yeah,
I don't really like big blocks, man, because that's a whole lot of walking, man. I ain't trying to.
Yeah.
I
mean, no doubt. So with this time of year happening, are the gators starting to get out?
They are a little bit. We actually just seen Oh no, he got two. He got a dog last year, and then he got a dog this past deer season.
Damn.
And we just seen him a couple weeks ago, but he he submerged himself.
Yeah.
He's pretty big. He's got a real big tail slide.
Damn.
Mm.
Yeah,
Some intimidating animals.
Oh man, I don't even want to run that block. And the crazy thing is, I mean, that's one of the thicker sides where the hogs are at, but he knows what a dog is, so
damn.
Mm.
I don't really.
It's weird how that works, you know. I mean, which I guess it's like anything else. Once they get one or two of them, they know what a dog is, and they're like, "Hey,
Well,
that's a good meal."
yep, he in the same spot, but he traveled. And the crazy thing is, man, the swamp where he's got him at is like 600-700 yards from the ditch where you see him at.
Mm.
So he travels. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's traveling for
Oh, yeah.
sure.
So what?
And,
I mean, I know we don't want to get too crazy in depth on it.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
mean, you just got to take care of them whenever you get the opportunity, I assume.
Oh yeah, we actually feel for them tags. So
I got you.
you know,
I mean,
and
that
a lot
right
of times them tags get filled.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would definitely have to be staying heavy on them some guns. I'm thankful, very thankful that we don't have to deal with that where we're at. But on the other side of it, like our dogs don't know what a gator is.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? So if we do go somewhere where there's gators, them dumbasses might go out there and just, walk right up to it.
curiosity killed a cat.
Yep. And I worry about that stuff sometimes. You know, it's like, man, if there's gators down here, what's these dogs going to do to get themselves?
They real bad, real bad.
And so what else?
Moccasins are coming out too.
What is it?
The moccasins.
I was thinking to say I'm sure y'all deal with a lot of snakes.
Yeah, you're starting to see them pretty heavy now. I killed one the other night, about 4.5 foot long, biggest one I've seen.
Damn. So what do you do to deal with the snake bites and stuff? I'm sure you've had to deal with that shit before. The dogs.
That burnt toast. You remember telling me about that?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember that.
Burnt toast, and we'll give them, just some antibiotics or something. But mainly, we just try to. A lot of us, not everybody. There's some who take them to the vet and all that, but just burn some toast and let them eat it and give them some penicillin or something like that.
Gotcha.
And
it's crazy how that burnt toast stuff works. I remember that now.
It's it's just cool. People use that char. I don't know. I really don't know what it does to the venom or anything, if it attacks it or whatever it does, puts a blockage or something. But I don't know. That's just what I've been told my whole life, and
if
what
it
I've
works,
seen, and yeah,
that's all that matters.
It does. It sure enough does.
I've had people tell me in the past, they're like, man, there's no sense in giving a dog this or that, blah, 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 because it don't work or whatever. I'm like, well, it might not work for you, but I've seen it work for me. You know what I mean? And I'm going to keep on doing it. As long as it ain't hurting the dog, I'm fine with it.
Yep. I've done it quite a few times. I've seen it done quite a few times, and I still see it get done. So
that's right. So there's a lot of them old home remedies like that. That you can. I mean, they wouldn't be passed down if they didn't have some kind of weight to it. If it didn't hold weight, that people wouldn't have wasted their time.
Yeah, my whole hell, I'm 27, man. I've been seeing this since I was, 0.
Yeah,
damn near. So
yeah, that's. And so you've been in this your whole life, so.
Yeah, literally since I was 3 months old, I've been in the woods.
Yeah.
Whenever
who got you started?
My grandpa.
Grandpa, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he was heavy into it. Deer. Like I say, he'd run his deer dogs on his hog. He had meat dogs.
Yeah.
Most of my whole family did. So that's how that worked. They didn't really care what it was, as long as they ran it at the best of their ability, and they sure enough did that. I promise you, they didn't stay.
Yeah. What's the wildest thing you ever caught out there in them swamps? I ain't talking about that one woman either. Now I'm talking about some wild stuff now.
Wild?
Yeah, just something crazy.
I mean, we've caught gators on accident.
Mm-hmm.
You know, deer sit there for too long, them bitches get caught too on accident. You know, I can't. You know, just all hell. Honestly, really, every time I'm gonna get armadillo every time. They might snatch a coon up. I can't even snakes. I've caught snake. Them bitches are killers. I'm telling you.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
They don't discriminate about anything. I can't shake it from. I don't know what to do.
Well, I mean, you ain't got to worry about them getting something. You know, like you ain't gonna starve. That's always a good thing.
But I will, and I was showing a boy when we went hunting Friday night. There was deer all over the roads, and I had the dogs on top. We had the box full, and I think we had about $15 in the buggy that night. I can't really remember, something like that. But all these deer, I'd pass them, slow down, and they wouldn't make a noise or nothing. I was like, hell yeah. Well, we come up, they'd rig some hog tracks and stuff. But in the woods, if you're road hunting them or whatever, they're not gonna. You can see a deer. They're not gonna go check the deer out. You know what I mean? They're not gonna go in the woods. But if they're in the woods just hunting around and the deer jumps up, they'll chase it. Yeah. Or if another dog's running deer or something, then they'll chase it. But they won't instinctively go, pursue the deer just on their own or rig one, but they will run one. I don't know, it's the weirdest thing ever. I don't know if you've ever had to deal with something like that, a dog not going and finding a deer, but would run one if something else was.
We have dogs that are similar to that. They don't, I'll be honest with you, man, these that we're running right now, it's almost like they don't want nothing to do with the deer, period. And we ain't even messed with them at all. And I was kind of surprised, last week we went to a friend of ours' place down south and hunted. There was 5 or 6 deer, and we dropped the dogs. And these were a bunch of younger dogs. And I bet you we went 100 yards from them deer. And they went. I was like, damn. By the time I noticed the deer, we had the dogs. I was like, this is finna be a shit show. And but they didn't mess with them at all. They went straight on down down the road and caught a little boar hog. So yeah. I was happy. And then when they came back, the deer were still in the field. Hell, they loaded up. We went again. I was like, shit. And I think we've done that about 3 times with these dogs. So so far so good. But we are putting them where there's good sign. It's pretty hot. Yeah. So
no doubt.
They theoretically, they should want to run a hog more than a deer, but you know how that goes. Like you said, some dogs just want to run a deer more.
Oh yeah, they do. I got actually I gave one of my buddies this plot dog of mine. I mean, he's hell on a hog, but he's hell on a deer too. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you put him on what you want to be on, he'll stick with it. Mm-hmm. But his thing is he'll rig the shit out of a deer, and he's gonna run the piss out of one if it jumps up in front of him. Damn. But
is there a lot of deer dogging down there?
Oh God, my. Yeah, there's only, I don't know, there might be 5 or 6 people in my county that hog hunts and probably 100 that deer hunt, roam deer dogs.
Oh, okay. So it's a big.
There's every bit of timberland around here is a hunting club. Yeah. I mean, there's not one piece of woods around here that's not hunted on.
I knew that when we came down there, man, it was like everybody had a dog box. And I've said that before. Yeah. I'm like, I think there was one vehicle that came through that didn't have a dog box. And that somebody said, he wasn't from around there. I said, that guy is not from around here. But, and I think every time we stopped at the store, there was there's at least one truck with somebody that was hunting. Yeah. In it, and that's how we met. I seen y'all up there at the store y'all was getting ready to go put on.
Yeah, we were late to the show that morning.
It
Old
happens.
boy hog got away from him. Well,
It happens.
yeah.
I was up and moving around good, but I don't think anybody else was really moving. And it's only because I slept out in the damn truck, couldn't sleep. But we had stayed out just about all night. I think we got back in about 4.
Yeah.
3:30 or 4, and everybody was feeling kind of rough, but we had a good time.
Yeah, I've stayed up. Hell, I stayed up Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night this week.
We ain't been out much this week.
Went out last night.
Yeah, we stayed out last night, but
it wasn't bad.
Well, it probably
Got
would have
catch
been
one?
worse. No, Kyler's truck messed up. Boy, it's hunting with us.
Yeah.
I've been telling him for the past 3 or 4 times we hunted, his belt, his serpentine belt, I can hear it squeaking. I was like, man, you need to adjust that belt or something. You better check it. And then somebody's come off there last night. So, he had to. So that kind of put a damper on things, of course, because where we're at, you can't just run right back to the house real quick. So
Yeah, no,
he didn't have
I
no
can
power
only
steering.
imagine.
Yeah, no power steering. Nothing's working. So he just left his truck. We took care of him home, and I guess he went back down there today. And got
Yeah, we went down there today and we put the belt on and got it crunk up. And we went down there, and there's this little bitty gas station for the coal miners. And he stopped there and he's like, yeah, it's running hot. He's like, I think my water pumps went out. And he said, you can go ahead and go home. And he said, I'm just going to limp it back. And he said, if it gets too hot, he said, I'll pull over and hang out for a few minutes, let it cool off. He said, and just put it on home. I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah. I was like, so I headed home. And he sent me a video when he got home on Snapchat. And there was water pouring. He's like, yeah, that'd be why it didn't have no coolant in it, because it's not working.
Yeah. That's what happened. So we didn't get to do much of nothing last night.
No.
We carried some dogs out.
Play with some hound dogs.
Yeah, Kyler's got a pair of red bones, and they probably 2 of the prettiest red bones you ever seen in your life. And then he's got it was a yard dog, like a blue tick, mixed up blue tick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's half Catahoula, half blue tick.
Okay, it's half cat and half blue tick.
Damn.
And then I think that's all he had with him last night, besides that bulldog.
Yeah.
Anyway, was trying to get. Usually when we go hunt, he'll throw his dogs out there. We'll put ours on the ground and put them with him. I told him, I said, look, just turn them loose, see what they do. And he's got one of them that really wants to hunt hard. And then the other one, the brother, he wants to just fuck off,
Yeah.
And so that's what I was telling him. I was like, look, I said, I would put the other one up and just let him run by himself, Because,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of times you don't have to have 10 dogs to get a race started.
No.
But if you got a good dog that gets out and beats the damn bushes up real good, hey, use him. Use him for what he's good at. And once he gets the race started, shit, throw the brother on the ground. Yeah, put it to him.
Yeah.
And but Kyler's still learning a lot of stuff. He ain't been hunting too long, and he really pays attention, to what we're telling him. There's a lot of shit, he's, of course, everybody that first gets started, they think they can reinvent the wheel or they got better ideas. And I did too. I'm like, hell, I can just do this. Man, shit. Just do what's been working for the past 250, 500 years, whatever. Just let the dog run. But we did
That's all you
not.
can do.
We did not catch nothing last night. I mean,
That's how it was for me Saturday night. Ain't shit.
we didn't even get a race going or nothing.
Louis tried to trash on something, but I don't think
I
it was
think we was
fresh enough.
I think we was armadilloing.
Yeah, I think it probably was
For a
the way
minute.
he was acting.
Yeah.
Him and him never barked, but Louis was barking.
Yeah, we road hunted him for a while, and I think we put about 5 or 6 miles on. And then, like I said, Louis, he jumped off in there and he went to barking and yipping. But none of the other dogs did. So I was like, yeah, Louis lying ass.
He was bored, man. He's trying to get some excitement.
That's a fact. That dog, you can't, man, we can't make him tired. Like, we have run that poor bastard, and I'm like, we're gonna run him till he falls out. Negative. No, you're not.
He just keep going.
oh, you're going to run out of gas.
Yeah.
You're going to run out of gas in the truck.
Well, we road hunted him for like 6 hours straight.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know how many
I mean,
miles. It had to at least be 15 or 20.
Oh, yeah. Now, that's,
Yeah.
that, I mean, it's nonstop.
That's like me, man. My dog's got the ones that I road hunt the most, man. Them chickens got a tank on them. They can go,
Mm-hmm.
like you say, I mean, it ain't nothing for me to go from one side of the club to the other, straight road and hunt them, around.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good trick when you're doing all them turns and checking roads and stuff like that.
Oh, Lord,
Oh,
yes. Y'all got, how big a block you got over there on y'all's club?
I don't know. I think it's like a little over 9,000 acres.
Yeah, I knew there was, most of them places down there are pretty big spots, right?
Yeah, you got, a handful of quite a few clubs that are around 13 and below or 15 and below, but then you got some of those clubs are, like you said, 30,000, 40,000.
Yeah, see, most of ours here, man, we're going to have, what do you think's about the average size, Nate? 3,000? If that.
Maybe. Yeah.
If that.
I was thinking like 1,500,
Yeah,
2,000.
It's probably more about 1,500. Yeah, it probably is because there's a lot of smaller ones. There's a bunch. Like we got one lease that's, and I know it sounds crazy when I say it's between 800 and 1,000 acres. By aerial view, just straight down, you're 800 acres. But if you count the terrain, you're over 1,000 because you're up on top of these ridges and hills.
Yeah.
And you just got so much land that it covers. You know what I mean? It's up and down, including the elevation parts is what I'm getting at.
Mm-hmm.
And I think and we catch hogs up there all the time, but it's one of those places we pretty much got to run them rough dogs because shit, man, 800 to 1,000 acres, man, they'll be off that in no time.
Yeah, that's hardly nothing. Which I mean, I can't say that's hardly nothing. You can catch plenty of hogs on that amount of land, if they're there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And that's the thing. If they're there, you got to stop them quick, and that's one reason why we ran the kind of dogs we did.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does y'all's hogs run even with silent cur dogs on them? I mean, do they still
Yes.
get going?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some places they don't run as bad.
Mm-hmm.
But it's honestly, I don't even know. It's hard to say because it's like I don't want to say, hey, it's just the dog. Because there's times like we'll go in there and if they'll run up, they'll get him in his bed, they'll get him up. And if all the dogs aren't there and just hold him, and if he breaks, then he's going to run. But there's a lot of times where, man, we know the hogs have been on camera within the last few hours, or just say the last 10 or 12 hours, and you go up there and you won't strike shit until you're way over a mile deep. And I mean, I know hogs move. We all know that. But at the same time, there's been times where we've had cameras go off, and I think they hear the vehicles. Yeah.
Hear the vehicles, or hell, even when you let the dogs out, they could be smelling the dogs, and
people don't take that part into consideration. What you just said, smelling. That's their best defense.
You're damn right.
And if
they can smell some corn from way over yonder, you don't think they can smell the stinking ass dog coming to them?
Exactly. And so I always try to set it up. I'm like, well, if we can cast into the wind.
Oh yeah.
I try to think about it, and there's been times where I'll tell you an example.
You stop them faster like that, honestly.
Oh yeah.
If they have no idea they're coming, then
yep. And that right there, if you don't play that part with a silent dog, then honestly you're defeating the purpose. I think play the wind, play the whole scenario.
Yep.
We went to Oklahoma, and we was hunting with Rusty, and we had a sounder bait, and when we walked in there, the wind was kind of coming from right to left. And when we got about 100 yards from them, I felt it hit my neck. And sure enough, it was over. They was gone.
Mm.
I mean, them some bitches broke, and the race was on. And that's all it come down to, just they smelled us coming in there. We thought we had a good angle on them. Well, at the time we did, but Mother Nature, you can't beat her.
Yep. Yep. I think about that a lot, especially because I'm just so used to, more than likely stopping them right there where they find them at. When them ones that get gone, I'm wondering if, they smelled us the same way we smelled them.
Yeah.
Ain't
no doubt that, like I said, I think that's something a lot of people might not just think about as much. Because for a long time, I mean, when I first started hunting, the guys I was hunting with, we road hunted everything.
Yeah.
So like the wind was a factor, but generally we were in real thick shit. We were just easing around. Mm-hmm. So, and all the dogs were silent. So usually, even if whatever we struck was usually real hot, I guess what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so it would, like you said, it'd be like right there on the side of the road or right there in the thicket, and we'd have them shut down within a few 100 yards anyway. Whether they didn't have time to go nowhere. Yeah. But running these, especially like the Hound and the Hound crosses and stuff like that aren't at super super rough, mm-hmm. and they open a little bit. You really got to put everything in your favor that you can. I think.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Now, I will say, a couple weeks ago we went to the club right here about a house that I just joined. So I got one right here in Lake Butler where I live at, and then one in Fargo. We went out there and we backed up to this big bay called Tiger Bay, and we casted. It's a real wet spot, and there was a bar hog laid up between us and the swamp on like a bushy tussock kind of thing on the edge of the pines and on the edge of this skitter trail. And I'll be damned if my buddy Garrett, he was walking with the dogs. Me and a boy named Austin was at the truck or at the buggy, and they was being loud. I mean, it was just a bunch of cur dogs, but my buddy Garrett, he's walking, he's breaking sticks, he just bullshitting. That jerker let him walk right up on him.
Really?
Yeah, right up on him, and right where he was bedded up at, and he didn't have no ears, and you know what happened there.
Oh,
but yeah, he didn't. I don't know if he was just going to try to, hell, he's 10 yards from him. He said, dude, I seen him stand up when the dogs went in a little thicket. But
damn,
them jerkers, I just got to show you, hell, some of them will just lay there, let you see if you go right by them.
Oh yeah, I firmly believe
squat
that.
On you bad.
Yeah,
especially
educated ones.
Yep, get one that's been run a couple of times, and we had one. And was it last Friday? He done that to me and Nate. Friday or Saturday. That son of a bitch, he made a big old loop. This was a funny thing. He made a big loop first, and we worked our way back, and all of a sudden, man, all hell broke loose, and he come right across the road in front of us. I was like, this somebody's made that whole big old loop and came right back over here where we started at, and he squatted on us. We were, like you said, we were standing less than probably 50 yards from him.
Oh yeah.
And I guess he was just gonna see if we was gonna walk on by or the dogs went on by or what, you know what I mean? And that shit was funny. I said, we done run him a few times.
Yep, they definitely ain't dumb. Mm-mm. They are. Oh, well, let me reset. They are dumb, but they're smart as hell. But they're still dumb.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So, are there the top 5 smartest animals?
I believe so.
Number 4 or something like that. Number 4 or 5.
Yeah, they're definitely not. idiots, man. They got to survive. That's for sure.
Oh, ain't no doubt. What's the, I guess about anybody that's been hog hunt for many years, like yourself, you've always got those one or two hogs that was kind of like the old ghost coon off Red Fern Groves. Some of them some
Oh
bitches.
yeah, man.
Tell us a couple of stories about that, Charlie.
Shit, man. There's a hog in my club right now. Um, I actually there was two of them, but I just recently caught one. But this one, I call him the bee hog. He he loves this little block of short pine saplings. It's got like two or three little small heads in it. But he crosses in the same spot every time. He don't cross nowhere else. He walks the same line. Crosses into the big block, call it the helicopter pad, and he goes in there and does a thing, and he comes out all in the same night, and he walks back, goes back across the boundary. I ain't shitting you, man. This sucker, you can put on him, be hammering him, running him. He'll cross the road, but you never know where he's gonna lay at, man. He lays all over if you catch him on that side. And I've only been able to get on him a couple times. I've got on him one time at night, and I think twice in the daytime, just out of pure luck. But he disappears. I'm talking about no track, but you jump. I mean, he crosses the road, and all right, we're on him, and then he just disappears. Put dogs in each side of the block. You check the whole road. There's no track. Nothing's came out. You dump dogs in the block from each side. Makes you freaking pissed off at your dogs. You wanting to go home. I mean, he's one that I really want to. His foot's probably the size of my hand,
Lord
maybe
mercy.
a little bit smaller. Yeah, he's a stud. But I mean, a lot of them hogs, I've never seen him. You know what I mean? I've personally never seen him. But I have recognized and realized that a lot of big-footed hogs in my club don't really go over 200 pounds. And the
Really?
smaller footed ones, yeah, and we caught one like 275, and he had a damn choke track on him, is what it looked like, honestly.
Crazy.
But no, there's a few of them. Hell, the one that would go somewhere, I just caught him. I had put some of this swill feed from the feed store out in just a random spot, and had a good track coming to it. My buddy put on it the day before when I went in the daytime with the hounds, and he trailed into a block that we ain't allowed to hunt that's inside the club. So he picked up off of him, and it's a bar hog. He's been caught before, but he disappeared in the first place. We ain't seen him I haven't seen him in 2 years. And I ride through there. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. My buddies at it with me. They falling asleep on the buggy. I'm telling them, hey man, y'all gonna have to get up. Some shit fitting to happen. Yeah, they back there snoring. They back there snoring on me. I went ahead and let all the dogs out. I think we had like 9. I said, shit, everybody gonna run. And I shouldn't have done that, man, but I did it anyway. And soon as I did, 300 yards later, they wind behind where I put this feed at and going to this bay that was 180 yards off the road. And they went in there and sat down on him, fighting him. We go in there. Luckily, it wasn't a thick pond. It was open, but it was wet. It was knee to waist deep water the whole way. And they sure enough, they had that bar hog in there, and they ain't had him chewed up, but I mean, you had at least 6 dogs hanging off of his head, biting him everywhere they could.
Yeah.
And we had a few puppies in there, but I caught him again and was able to move him, get him somewhere a little bit closer where he can hang out, and I could get on him the next time. I know he's not going to leave this area. It's too good to leave. So
That's right.
uh-oh.
That's pretty cool there. I mean, at least you got him.
Yeah, and I got them boys' attention too on that damn buggy, especially when they had to go. It was that night that I took my cousin, actually.
Yeah.
I got him on his first hog. That was that hog right there.
Hell yeah. So y'all hunt off side by sides, buggies more than anything, right?
I do. Hell, I've always hunted out of the truck and stuff, and I got my buggy years or so ago, and man, it ain't shit better.
I got
You
you.
can go so many more places. It's just, I don't know, love it.
Yeah, because I mean, everybody's got preference and stuff. We hunt out of a truck a lot, little Toyotas,
Oh, and
Uh,
I think it's just a smaller, you know what I'm saying? I like being a smaller vehicle when I'm hunting.
Yeah. And that, I mean, like I said, I built several different vehicles just to hunt out of
Mm-hmm.
over the years, but like having a side by side or a buggy, that it just makes everything easy. But at
Oh
the
yeah,
same
it does.
time, you get a good 4-wheeler, get it set up good. Hell, you can go anywhere you want to go.
Oh yeah, no that. Hell, you can get more places with a 4-wheeler, really.
Yeah. I know some guys you ain't going to get them off that 4-wheeler. That's the only thing they're going to run. And, and
Yeah.
and I get it, I do. We just travel so much now, man. It's honestly it's easier in a lot of ways because like we don't have to pull a big trailer and pull a side by
Yeah.
side or 4-wheelers. Sometimes we
Yeah.
do, but a lot of times we don't.
That's me. Hell, I got to pull my buggy hour and a half every time I want to go hunting.
Yeah,
I ain't got to, but that's my choice.
that's right.
I just
It damn sure.
in my club, it's
Seem
just a
good.
lot easier. You can get around better when dogs go, places where you need to go get them at. You can drive in some spots. You can drive all the way to the pond. Just make it easier on yourself. But like I say, hell, in the wintertime, I sure wish my old lady would have let me pick the damn one with the windows and shit.
Yeah, that right there makes it tough sometimes. But
Mm-hmm.
like you said, it's still. I think that part right there, that keeps you real, keeps you. I ain't gonna say it makes you tougher than the next guy or what. Because look, them damn big North Stars with the heat and the air and all. Oh man, I love to have one of them. Shit.
Oh yeah.
I can't afford one,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. But,
you know what I mean. But I think it does. It keeps you in touch with like, hey, this is tough. This is what we do is pretty tough hunting. It ain't your
mm-hmm.
everyday go sit in a box blind and wait kind of hunt.
Nope. You out there in the elements.
Mm-hmm. So do y'all have to? We've been dealing a lot of shit with our tracking systems. So how's y'all running Garmin's?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have y'all been having any issues with y'all's as far as picking up collars and shit or?
Yes, I'm sitting beside 4 of them right now that took shit on me.
Really?
They'll turn on but won't connect. And that's to anybody's box that I've tried.
Yeah.
I've tried to what are they called when you update them?
Yeah.
I've updated them. They update fine but won't connect. I know it's the GPS. I know there's 2 of them that the GPS wire, nothing's wrong with it. It just won't connect.
That's right.
And but I don't know. I've been having problems with them just dropping, at certain distances, really about 600-700 yards.
Yeah.
They'll start going in and out.
That's what we were running into. We actually bought that Dogtra system, the Pathfinder 2.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that. I was going to ask you about it.
Oh shit! So far, there's only been one issue that we've had. We've only dropped the dogs one time. We dropped Rick that other day, and I mean that's white boy Rick. That son of a bitch a go. Like he's gonna go, and so he was a couple miles, and we dropped him, and then we got on the highway. We got back on the main road, picked him back up, no problem.
Yeah.
And that's not running a long range antenna. That's just on the handheld, but we haven't had any issues. The phone that we're using, it's my old phone. I think I've had 3 phones since then, upgraded like 3 different times, 2 or 3 different times. So that phone's 6, maybe 8 years old. Yeah. It does not have a service plan with it. We just used the Wi-Fi and downloaded everything. And like I said, we haven't had any big issues at all. Sometimes it might not show. It'll pick up the dogs and show their locations. You can track the dogs, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
The only issue that we've had is it might not update our location as quick. And I think that's just because we got a service plan. You know what I mean? But like, we know where the dogs are and it shows where we're at.
Okay, so
it's no issue. All we got to do is just drive to the dogs. It's still easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
so you don't have to have a service plan on the phone that you use to track the dogs on?
No, that one don't have a service plan at all.
Really?
For some reason, that phone is a little older and the GPS in the phone isn't as strong.
That's what I said. That's the only issue we've had because we got a phone 10 fucking years old.
Yeah, so it won't show you the handheld GPS. It'll just say your dog's 0 foot away, but you can download the map and you can still see where your dog's at. Like it'll still show you where the dog is. And if you got like the satellite view and you got roads and stuff, you can zoom out on the map and you'll be like, all right, here's where we come in. They're over here at this field and just drive around. So even if you lose handheld service or something like that, like your dogs are still picked up.
Yeah, that's all like it. You watch the dogs. Yeah. We've never
losing the dogs. Then I put it on my phone, my personal phone, last night when we ran it. I didn't lose handheld service at all. So I don't know if it was just because I had service, like cell phone plan service, or because my phone's newer. And
I think it's because it's a newer phone. Yeah. Like I said, that phone, I don't even know. I think that's like a Galaxy 7. You know what I mean? It's like a Samsung Galaxy S7 or some shit. It's a whole phone. Yeah. And like I said, if that's the only issue, to me, that's not really even an issue because I know where I'm at.
Yeah.
I just need to know where my dogs are.
In what direction? That's it.
That's it. All I need, you ain't got to tell me how far they are. I just need to know where they're at. I can go. And in all honesty, it has not, knock on wood right now, that motherfucker has not let us down. I've had the Garmin collars on, and we've had them connected to a 100, a 430, a 300i, and they'll all lose communication. One of the 300 might pick up better than the 100 today, and then tomorrow the 100 might pick up better than the 300. The 430, it seems to pick up just fine for the most part. You know what I mean? It's like, it seems like the ones with the track and train, that's the biggest problem. The 15.
I wonder if there's too much stuff trying to go on with it.
That's what I'm thinking, man. Like the 15, 15X, and the TT25s, they're our problems. I've got a damn 320 with some DC30s, and that bitch don't drop nothing ever. Yeah. And I made a thing on TikTok about it, and I got a lot of feedback, a lot of good and a lot of bullshit too. There's a lot of people on there that, and I know they're being helpful or trying to be helpful. And then there's some that's just being smart asses. They're like, you need to update your shit, that your dumb ass, blah, blah, blah. Like, man, look, I've been running Garmin longer than them some bitches been alive. Like I've been running Garmin since they came out. Yeah. I know how to do all these things. We had a Garmin repair shop, was a Garmin dealer for a couple of years. We've dealt with this in and out, and it's just to the point where it's like, man, if I got all these collars and all they do is sit in a bag, why the fuck do I got them?
Yeah, no doubt. Hell, I mean, and like you say, you said it before, hell, it just might be the terrain, man.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be better stuff come out. So that may be what that old Dolce is or whatever it's called. I might need to look into that.
I think I know for a fact there's been 3 or 4 people that have swapped since we have. Okay. And they already happy. They're the same way. They're like, dude, this is so much better. But I do think, everybody's different. There's some people that, man, they don't have any issues with their stuff. But now
I know I do, man.
That's what I'm saying. But but the thing about it is, I'm doing a side-by-side comparison.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
you're running both of them at the same time. Yeah. You're really seeing.
So I'm not talking shit's what I'm getting at. It's not like I'm just trying to talk shit on Garmin because I'd rather have a Garmin. I know how to use them.
Yep.
I know way more about them. And I mean, when you get my age, the last thing you want to do is try to learn how to use something else.
Yeah.
Like I'm already set in my ways. I hate everything.
Yep.
I don't even like the damn Garmins, but
I'm right there with you.
I prefer them. I really do. I like everything about them except that they're just not working.
Yep. They're definitely not, they're not showing me that they're worth what they cost.
All right, now you stop and think, which you're probably not quite old enough, but like when the first cell phones came out, or some of the first ones where you could afford to buy them, say in the late 90s, early 2000s. Bro, you never
I remember
lost
them
signal.
Nextel
Yeah,
and
so
beats.
that's right. And we never lost service. We didn't have any issues. You would have a dead spot if you went from one state to the other state,
Yeah.
or maybe just in just very rural areas where there was nothing. You didn't have any issues. You didn't have to do no updates as before all the smartphones and stuff.
No, yeah, they trying to do all this, put all this technology into one little thing and have 50 million of them bitches running at the same time.
I just feel like it's almost like a traffic jam.
It is.
We've got so many cell phones and frequencies and shit that we're using, and I don't know nothing about all that junk. It's just me and my dumbass redneck thinking. But it's the same thing like with handhelds and Garmins. There's more people running a Garmin system right now than there ever has been.
Oh, 100%.
And so when you take that many people with that many collars and all that stuff, it's just like, how much can the satellites handle?
Honestly, if my 2 cents counts, I'd just rather go back to the damn beeps.
I'm with you. Because like I said a while ago, since we've been doing this, I listen to them dogs way more. And I also, it almost puts me back.
You ain't worried about where they're at as much.
No, I don't even look at the handheld now. Nathan does. I'll be like, and he's got it in his pocket. Like, we're walking around. I was like, hey, well, when's the last time we looked to see where such and such is at?
Mm-hmm.
And get on there and look, and he'll be like, well, hell, he's over there past such and such place or whatever. But with the Garmin, I found myself looking at the Garmin constantly. Because I was worried, like, well, how far are they going to make it before the collars drop?
Yep.
Or something, And there's a lot of times, man, we wouldn't get but 200, 300 yards. And that ain't no good.
No bueno.
Yep. I feel your pain, trust me.
And I think the other day, the farthest that we've had the dog trip pickup without a long range was 1.89 miles or something like that.
Man, I can't even with a long range intent, I can't even fathom pick up that far.
And this is where we can't get 600 or 800 with
That's what Collar had picked up on his at that furthest point. It was 1.89 miles. He never dropped him or anything.
Yeah.
He kept him.
So
I was like,
yeah, man. So you just buy a collar and then you download the app on the phone?
Well, it's got a handheld little receiver.
Oh, okay.
And so you have to have that little receiver with you, and basically it just works with the phone there. That's your GPS thing. But you download the app. It don't cost nothing. You can download. Right. You don't have to have a map card. You download wherever you're going to hunt. You can get 7,000 acres each time you download it.
Yeah, each download.
That's plenty.
Yeah, and each download would take like a minute.
Yeah. In 30 minutes, you could have every place you're going to hunt, and it don't cost you nothing.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's detailed as hell. The saturation is what I should say. I can see it way better on the phone screen. Way better. And now Garmin has the Explorer app, and you can get a very similar thing for the Garmin, but that doesn't help the tracking ability. I mean, I can hook it up to a fucking 17-inch monitor and ride it in the fucking truck, but if it don't track, then what good is it doing?
Yeah, and none at all.
Yeah, and
there ain't no. I don't know, man.
So
it's aggravating.
What kind of antennas do y'all use? Do y'all use like certain type of long range big truck antenna,
Um,
or
no, I mean, I just got my little Garmin antenna.
yeah,
I like you know the longer orange antennas
yes,
that go to Garmin,
yep,
and then you got the short ones that have the little black tip on them.
that's right.
Yeah, I'd prefer that little short one tracks better than that long orange one where I'm at.
I got you. That's what I ran
Uh,
forever. That little, it's a little 6 inch. It's called a
yeah,
stubby flex or something like that. It's orange with a black tip,
yep, yeah,
and
that thing.
it picked up
Now
really
I've
good.
picked them up over a mile
Yeah,
with that one on there. Um, but
I know.
now on the trucks we use the longer long range with the long
Yeah,
coax cable
which there's
type.
I've been looking into getting something from Mr. Wade at Hound Recovery and Mr. Wade Holcraft. Give him a little shout out there because he's been in the game for a long time. He hunts. He builds things for hunters. So
Hmm.
he said, I want to say that on that post I made on TikTok, what did I tell you? He said he got 14 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
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 like I mean that's crazy on the Dogtra system.
yeah. That's
I ain't got no day. I have to leave my dog at the house and drive 13 fucking miles and make him go 14.
yeah.
That some bitch ain't fixing to go that far.
No,
I
mine
be
ain't
lying
even
all the
thinking
time.
about going that far.
I be lying all the time, telling him like, yeah, that dog done went out 2 miles. Man, I carried him down there and dropped him off.
Shit.
People come home with me, they be like, I thought that dog went 2 miles. I was like, yeah, he did. He fell out of the truck. He got drunk.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can't. My hounds will do that. They'll go out there. My curtails, they ain't smelling him. They ain't getting after him.
yeah. Man, we got a
I
couple of cur
understand.
dogs that do pretty good.
Got a couple that don't.
Oh, we got a bunch that don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there really ain't. I'm over an hour and a half from the house. When I go to the woods, most of the time I get off work. If I go on a work night, then, which I'm glad I'm in the club by the house now, I can do that and don't worry about it. But
Yeah.
I'm going way over there. I don't really want to. I'm not trying to cast them out there and get something started. And I already know that 8 out of 10 of the hogs are going to be in the club or on the boundary of the club within 100 yards each side of the road. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I never needed to cast my curtails because everywhere I go, it's like that. Or I'm going to a little still hunting spot where I'm going to put on a hog. There's some hogs that are there. They're not staying far. I don't have to. It's within winding distance.
Yeah.
That's how I do a lot of that.
Well, I mean, that's just utilizing your dogs, I think. There's a
Yeah.
lot of, like, we do have cur dogs that, they're silent, a little bit longer range. And there's times where, man, we've had them dogs get out so deep. And I'm like, man, I
Mm-hmm.
can't believe that. But at the same time, in the same sentence, if we put them where the hogs are, they ain't got to go that far.
Yeah. Now, I
mean,
ain't saying that, if the dogs get on it and he's not there within that 100 yards, they're going to go till they find him, whether
yeah,
that's 500 yards or a half a mile or whatever it is. But just, like y'all can do in casts, you can hang that up, my man.
yeah.
You can hang that up.
And
It's
like I said,
nice.
go
That
ahead.
is nice.
Oh, yeah. There's sometimes it's a pain, though. I mean, it's like you get them on them days where they want to hunt and
Mm-hmm.
there ain't nothing there worth the shit. Oh, my Lord, man. You'd be like, come on, let's go. And
Yeah,
then,
and you don't want to tone them or nothing
no,
because, that's defeating the purpose.
exactly. It's like, man, what's that? Did you hear that? I didn't know what it was. But it's so hard to get a good casting cur dog.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to stop him.
Nope.
We had
Nope.
my little yellow pup. He went the other day with that Rick dog of ours. Shit, I don't know. He went about 2 miles.
Yeah, he went a good
Damn.
ways.
Oh yeah, he went. He's 9 or 10 months old now.
Then we called him in, and they come back.
Yeah,
so.
we went and hollered him back. So and now Rick, he does pretty good about that. If I'm ready to go, I can tone him. I can hit him 2 times. He gonna come on back. You know, but that's not what I done. That's from the fox pens and all that stuff where he was started at.
That's how Walker dog.
Yeah. Yeah. Turned out to be a pretty good old dog.
Oh, good. He tightened up his bay in there, or he's still a little loose.
He's got a little tighter. Yeah, he's getting a little tighter. He's not too bad yet. I honestly I want him to get just a little bit tighter. I want him. I want him to be able to put a little teeth on him to keep them if they try to run. But he's definitely getting better.
Well, that confidence is building.
Yeah, I think
he's about to be something.
Yeah, I think one thing is, like, we're putting him on hogs that we know. I'm not going to say he can't catch him, because he can, but he's got to work for him. It's not going to be no chip shot. It ain't none of this. Hey, we had one on camera and we'll go bring him down. And no, we just go. I mean, we're dry casting. I'll drive across the whole property and go where there's nothing, and then put him out. And he's going to go till he finds something. And I do like that part. And but like I said,
drive to him.
I think once we get to a couple of places after turkey season's over where there's a bigger population of pigs, I think old Rick's I'm hoping he's gonna show out.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah, I gotta get him bred up before too long to something. I don't know exactly what all. I've looked at 2 or 3 different things, and we've got several females that would fit the bill for about any of it. So,
oh man, let's go ahead and stick him this Walker pit that I got down here. Might as well just do it.
Well, I ain't scared to. I'll let him do it. I just say, Rick, put it to it, son.
Yeah,
Rick will lay it on. He's good with other dogs and young dogs. Like I said, man, I put that young pup with him. Shit, they stay step for step with him. You know, he's not just blowing out and leaving them, but he is a pretty fast dog. The other day we had him, he hit open spots and he'd get 22 to 25 miles an hour.
I don't mind it.
But he stayed pretty steady at
rolling.
I mean, he's going to run 10 mile an hour about everywhere, thick or not. And he stays good at about 14 to 16. And I used to think, I was like, man, that's bullshit. Ain't no dogs running like that.
That's some deep chested dogs.
That some gun is built to run. Now if I can keep him alive, we'll be in good shape.
Yeah. I mean, long as he's smart about what he's doing, then he'll be around.
So far, he's been. Yeah. It really, I'll be honest with you, it's blown my damn mind because it's, and I don't want to say that. I do not want to say that because I literally said, 2 or 3 years ago, I said, somebody said, won't you get you a good walker dog? I said, won't y'all go to hell? Because I don't want no walker dog. I said, and there is not ever going to be a walker dog on this yard.
Especially a running walker, huh?
Oh, my Lord Jesus Christ, what did I do? I'm telling you.
I love them. I love them.
I don't know how open most of these dogs are, but old Rick, he don't say a word while he's out hunting. He don't babble on the track.
Yeah.
When he gets him up, when he starts closing in, he'll open a little bit. When he jumps him, he's going to bark 3 or 4 times, and he's going to bump every few 100 yards.
Well, you got lucky right there.
Yeah. Listen, I tried to give that damn dog away to 3 or 4 people.
Yeah,
I said, man, I just don't want this dog, because I don't hunt that style. And the more we travel, the more I realize is like, hey, this might be what we really need on these bigger properties, So
I got so many different genres and ways that dogs like to get hunted differently. I take now, like I used to, when I had all my collars, I'd take 10 dogs to the woods or, 11 with my bulldog or something like that. And now I just take 6.
Yeah.
And I'll switch it up. I got, like I told you, I've been having some dogs die on me here lately from different things. But I'll take 6 head each time and really just see how I need to be hunting them. I'll let 1 or 2 out and I let all of them out and see how they do all together, if they're all hunting, which ones want to play, which one, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Just just trying stuff, and um that's really helped me narrow down, some things, and put pair dogs together, the ones that need to be together, hunting the ones that hunt the same way, and shit like that. And I got three puppies. I was actually going to ask you what y'all thought. All three of them, they ain't a year old yet. All three of them will find a hog, by themselves. It's one of them's that black. One of them's the female black puppy that
Yeah.
to the male I was gonna give you. That bitch is off the chain. Win the hog, go out there and find him.
Hell yeah.
Babe, I got another one from a buddy. They're all around 10 months old, 9, 10, around almost 11 months old. But when you get them all three together,
Oh yeah.
they do not, they don't understand. They just want to, and they're not small dogs. I mean, both the males, they're tall, but I don't think they're meant, which my white puppy, he got cut on that no-weird bar hog I was saying. They got slapped in the jaw, got up underneath his jaw, cut up pretty good. And he didn't quit, but I'm afraid just because I don't think they're mentally mature all the way enough to, they're stupid when they're together.
Yep.
And I've been taking them a little bit, here and there, but I've really been wanting to run them a lot, but I'm scared to because I know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, that's kind of tricky there. We have had the same deal. I had two pups that Rusty Mayshore gave me, and man, it took everything in my body not to put them dudes in the woods at 4 or 5 months old. Like they were baying, they were hunting, they were doing what grown dogs do. And I said, if I do this, something's going to happen. And that little puppy, Tough, the one I was talking about, went with Rick the other day for 2 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the hunt before that, 1 week before that, we carried that dog, and we had other puppies with us. And that goofy son of a bitch went out there and run down the road. Was it him and Waylon playing, I think?
Yes.
Or no, him and Skeeter.
Yeah.
Him and Skeeter was playing, my buddy John's dog, and they was just playing, acting a fool. He was out there in the road asleep. Like literally laid down and went to sleep. I said, man, this dog got something to have to kick him in the ass. But now, the other dogs, they went out and hunted good. Oh, Tough, he just wanted to play. And then, so what I did is I took him the next week by himself. He was the only young dog there, period. And we had a couple of old dogs. And we cast the old dogs 2 times. And that second time, old Tough, he started whining and barking. Yeah, I don't put up no box barking. But he you could tell he was getting excited. He tried to bark some. Of course, we was making him be quiet, correcting him. Yeah. But that third time, I was like, we're going to go over here. We're going to dry cast into nothing just to see what the dogs will do. So we go over there. I said, well, let's let him go. And, man, when we cut him loose that time, he looked like a grown dog. Now, I'm not saying he'll do it again because I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I take it back. I do know because we carried him and his sister. A couple of days later, they moseyed out about 300 or 400 yards. Rick already had a race started. And I packed them in. I was like, well, let's see if they'll pack. Well, hell, she struck the track that Rick had struck, run the track down, and they stayed up there for 3.5 hours. That was her first cast. I said, well,
shit.
Now that's how much they grew up within like 2 or 3 weeks, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can't read up.
No, and we didn't have no other young dogs. So taking those other young dogs out of the picture, let those dogs grow up a little more. So, like you're talking about having those 3 and all of them wanting to do it, you might have to just keep them by themselves right now or give them another month or 2 because it can change. And you already know that. It can change at any time. But like you said, all 3 of them get together and go acting crazy. You're going to run into some shit.
Yeah, they try to catch everything when they're together. I don't understand why. I don't know if it's just because I raised them together. One of them I picked off the side of the road. one's from down south and one's from up here in North Florida. And they're totally different dogs.
They might just be confident in each other.
Oh, they're
I guess being raised 100%.
Together. Yeah.
They got a good confidence level going on. So,
got that pack mentality.
Yeah, they know that if we all get on it, we'll whoop some ass. So.
Oh yeah. I don't know. My damn. I have a whole lot of luck with a dog on the side of the road, a dog from the pound, a house dog. They spend a few nights out there at the dog pens and they just turn into freaking the monster within or something. I don't know.
Like they all got together and they had a little powwow.
Yeah.
And they were like, look, that's what we're going to do, boys.
Yeah.
They were like, when we go to the woods, we're going to mess shit up. We got to tear shit up. Can't be no bullshitting. They had Nick Saban up in there talking to them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
funny.
Well, man, that'll work. Well, Charlie, we just wanted to get back with you, man, and holler at you, see how everything was going and stay in touch.
Oh, yeah.
You got anything else you want to add on this episode here or anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think we other than we need to get up and hunt, like I say, whenever you come down, and if y'all can make the loop, then do it. Like I said, I got the club up there in Fargo. I got one right here by the house now. All right. I got some real big hogs right here by the house.
10-4.
And 300 plus range. Bunch of bar hogs, some big boar hogs.
Man, you tell that everybody gonna be calling you.
Oh yeah.
I don't give a damn. Not everybody can go with me.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now we talking. But yeah, we'll definitely get it set up. Like I said, I got to get with old Grinner down there and try to get everything situated where we can try to make it where we can all hunt and visit anyway. Honestly, I don't give a damn about catching nothing. I just like to see everybody bullshit, talk dogs, drink a cold beer or something.
I love that.
All right, brother. Well, man, we appreciate you getting on here once again. And hell, if something fun happens, call us. Let us know.
All righty. 10-4. Y'all have a good evening.
All right, Charlie. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Charlie.
No problem, brother. Thank you. Bye.
There we go. Hey, Mr. Charlie. We had him on one time before. And just kind of the same scenario there. We have a few guests like that. And we're going to have them on ever so often. A lot of times, stuff like that, if we're short-sighted or somebody has to cancel, we always got a backup plan. We try to keep these things coming out to keep you guys entertained for your listening pleasure. So y'all make sure that y'all check all our stuff out. I'll say it every time. Y'all go like, subscribe, and do all that. Check out the Patreon account. I think we've had 3 or 4 people sign up this past week or two, and that's very exciting. We appreciate that. Nate's uploading stuff all the time. And so y'all come check us out, man. Y'all just stay up with us. We appreciate y'all. Thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for believing in us.
Oh, yeah.
This journey has turned out to be a journey. It's turned out to be a journey. And very excited. I mean, this is something we look forward to every time we do this. I enjoy it. And once again, appreciate y'all. Without you guys, we ain't nothing here. So until the next one, we'll see y'all.
Thank you. Hope you enjoyed that episode. If there's anything or anyone you'd like to hear on the podcast, or if you'd like to come hunt with us, don't hesitaate to contact us at dixiedoggers01@gmail.com.